Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by my man, Derek. Usually catch him on the pod. Don't know what's going to happen with him with the WWE reviews. This is the first one under like the Triple H era, so this will be different for him. So we'll see how he reacts. Also being joined by my good friend from the Pro Wrestling Shoot, which you guys can hear every Wednesday on your favorite podcast links. We got my man Jesse in the house. What is good, Jesse?
What's going on, man? Happy to be on here. Happy to be in the chat again with EPW, and Derek is finally with us. This is amazing, man.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go. We're going to be talking about Extreme Rules. I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to talk about everything that's going on with what we just saw. We're going to get into all that. I promise. People come in, hit the like button, subscribe, do what you got to do. Let's get it. And we're going to start this show now.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
First and foremost, we do want to give our condolences to Sarah Lee, who won Tough Enough, who recently passed away. Just wanted to give the thoughts and prayers to her family, friends. There are GoFundMe links for donations for her all over social media. If anyone wants to donate to help the family out, please feel free. Yeah, RIP to Sarah Lee, man. She was one of my favorites on that show when they were doing it at the time. I thought she definitely deserved to win. I just want to offer my condolences. You guys, if Jesse, if you wanted to add anything.
I actually did not follow the whole Tough Enough thing, man, but I read the story and it was really touching and sad. And it's always sad to see somebody leave us sooner than was supposed to. You know what I mean? She left behind a husband and children. So, yeah, it's very heartbreaking, man. And kudos to Bray Wyatt, too, for tweeting out the GoFundMe link earlier with all the attention that he's getting from this whole White Rabbit thing, man, and to take the time and do that. What an awesome guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely shout out to everyone who donated. I saw a bunch of people looking it up. I know they're not doing it for the praise, but really cool for everyone who donated in the wrestling community. It is a beautiful thing. I got to show some love to the chat. My man BJ, first one in here, saying he's here. Who's he? Who's he, BJ? Who is he?
Yes, sir.
B-Boy Skyline met Boom Boom Colt Cabana today. Don't taunt me, bro. We ain't here to talk about none of that tonight. Matt Lopez says he's home. Who's home? Who's he? What are you guys talking about?
Who?
Doug says, go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. Who's Alice? No, I'm just kidding. My man King Louie, Popo's in the house. What's good, Po? Got mad love for you, bro. He said he's got the whole world in his hands. I hear you.
Who's he?
I hear you.
I guess I'll continue the kayfabe.
Yeah.
Who's he? My man Steve, aka this black guy in the chat, says Bray with the black foam mask. Though I literally just said that when we were watching it. Went crazy for it. Matt Lopez says good evening. Oh, BJ saying what up, Jesse?
Matt? What's going on, BJ?
And yes, CJ, best $30 I spent for a pick this week. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. And shout out to everyone in the chat showing love to Sarah Lee as well. You are much appreciated. Let's get into some of this, Jesse. Extreme Rules, man. 2022. This is probably the best Extreme Rules card we've seen since the inception of this. Maybe. I think so. I mean, maybe you could argue one or two, but I think this is the best built one in a minute.
Yeah, man. Well, honestly, this is one of the best built WWE pay-per-views, I would have to say, in a while. Because I don't remember them building anything else. I mean, maybe Clash of the Castle had some sort of a build, but I don't know, man. This was really a really good build for the card. And honestly, it's the first Extreme Rules, I think, that I can remember of that had all stipulation matches for every single match.
Yes,
so
I was just saying
nice.
that in the if this was under VKM, I swear to you, bro, we know there would have been one match you would have got one stipulation.
Maybe two Extreme Rules matches, and they would have been doo-doo butter. So, yeah.
hot doo-doo butter. I know everybody's excited to talk about the main event. We will talk about that when the time is right. We're going to try to go in order here and give you guys the matches that I know you want to talk about. So let's start off first here with this one. We had a hot opener. I'm going to ignore that Paul Heyman spelling bee stuff. The Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook. What did you think of this one, Jesse? I'm going to kick it to you first.
I'm going to say banger, banger, banger. This was one of the matches of the night for me, man. I absolutely loved this match. So I actually got to watch these guys go at it on a WWE house show just recently. And honestly, this house show that I've been to tons of house shows, they're no fun, like ever. I just go usually to take the kids or whatever. There's never anything that important that happens on the card whatsoever. But we did get this match, and this match was just as much of a banger as it was tonight that I got to see on a house show. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think that every single one of these gentlemen can do no wrong in a match when they're put in there together. They killed it. I enjoyed it, man. It was a great opener.
Yeah, I can tell you in this one, no one's going to complain about getting hit too hard because you knew going in what was going to happen. So
it was fun, man.
Yes. And
dude, I see you giving, Butch some slack on social media still, man. I mean,
bro, we're about to get into it. It's happening.
Come on,
bro. This match is going to have the good, the bad, and the ugly in this. Because I have, and it's going to be weird how I break it down.
Okay.
But in this one, so the outside of the ring is my first thing I want to talk about, bro. I think the setup is corny. How they do it still. Do you feel the same way? I mean, we're all attitude era guys. That was in our heyday. Like, does anyone in the chat, same question, like the setup is corny to me of having like the pictures and there's barrels outside for you guys to use. I know why they do it, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, this looks so like, I feel like I'm watching an acting play, like being set up. Like, here's this, here's that. I agree.
I did not like the setup. Good old Donnybrook match, right?
Yeah.
So I like the name. The name was cool, but the set around it was a little corny. But they made do, man. They made it good. The match itself, I don't think was corny, but definitely the look of it was not a good look at the beginning.
I would rather you set up to it versus it just being there. Like, just imagine back in the day, Derek, you're watching a hardcore match with like Al Snow and Road Dogg, and they have stuff set up for them, like a dog house is there. There's multiple mannequin heads around the ring. Who does this? Like, why, bro?
But is it more corny for it to be set up outside the ring or to see somebody pull a barrel from out under the ring? Like, who put that shit there?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess. I mean, if it was like. If it was for a sponsor, I would get it. But in this, people are saying like an old saloon. I would rather you fight in a saloon then. Go to a saloon, be like, yo, we're renting this out and you're going to fight in here.
True.
I'd be down with that, man.
I agree. I definitely think that would have been maybe the better bet to do.
You would hope.
I kind of thought, like, with the name Donnybrook match, that's kind of what we were setting up for. I wasn't sure what to expect going into this match. I didn't know we were just getting, like, a regular hardcore trios match or whatever it was. But it was definitely good, man. I feel like if you're going to do trios matches, this is the way to do it. The tag team stuff on the outside, I'm with you, Derek. I 100% watch the show, love EPW, and I'm by you 100% of the way, man. Like, when it comes to trios matches, and they're not tagging right, they're not following any of the rules, dude, just make this a tornado and let's call it a day.
Exactly. This is why I feel the way I feel about trios matches, dude. It doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna need y'all to watch some AAA, something else. They don't tag in Mexico. It's just I'm just used to it, I guess. I'm just like,
bro, I'll tell you what I'm not watching, and that's that Impact that you recommended me to watch.
Yo, if you're in the chat, bro, they had two banger matches, bro. The X Division match from last night in the opener was great, and the Knockouts title match was great. I know Bully Ray won. It comes with Impact. You get two great things, and then you get something that ruins them. I know. I get it.
Okay, so two great matches out of how many?
Moving on in this show, guys, we're here to talk Extreme Rules. We're going to leave Impact alone. All right? Give Impact a chance. Put that hashtag out there, someone.
Hashtag don't waste your time.
Exactly.
Freaking, it's 2 against 1. I don't know what you guys want me to do. I stand by my opinion. So they had all that stuff out there, dude. I love the triple beatdown that they gave Gunther.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite parts in the match, where it was like Sheamus he gives him the 10 beats of the Bowery, like through the top rope, the middle rope, the bottom rope. Then all of a sudden he's still fighting back, and then they were like, you know what? Let's just beat him down.
Right.
Let's jump him.
Exactly. just kick his ass. And then Pete Dunne does the double stomp. I absolutely love it. Or Butch, excuse me, for those who are brand new to this. Butch does a double stomp.
Call him by his name there, Conrad.
Yeah.
Acknowledge the Butch.
Freaking A, man. After that, Sheamus locks in another cloverleaf. Did you watch SmackDown yet? Either of you guys?
I did not watch SmackDown. No.
Did you see the ending of the IC title match, at least on social media, the controversy behind it?
No, I didn't. I missed it.
The controversy is, are 2 taps a tap out? Gunther was down there and he went, and then the ref didn't call for the bell, and Sheamus was like, what do you mean? It's not a tap out. And it's ref's discretion, they said. And I think they did that on purpose, because the ref was like, I had a good vision. He didn't tap out. And I was like, I kind of hear you on that.
So he did tap out though?
How many taps is the tap out? Is it 1, 2, 3? Or
bro,
is it
one tap. I'm from the MMA world. I trained MMA for years. Okay. You tap once, it's done. You tap on the shoulder, it's done. You tap on the mat in front of the ref, it's done. So I've never even heard this. How many taps does it take? That's ridiculous.
That was part of the argument, and the other one was he was looking at her, and maybe he was like, "No, I'm not tapping. I'm trying to like fight to get up." I don't know, but that was what the finish was, kind of, for part of it.
Interesting.
There was controversy.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch it too, because I didn't see that.
It's a banger, that match, by the way. It's a really good one. Butch hits a nice moonsault off the barrels. I like that. I thought that was nice. Give my man, can we just give him his name back? I guess we'll get into this now, I hate everyone's name in this match, like at least a quarter of them. Sheamus, cool. I that's what I know you as. You're fine.
Right.
Butch has to go. If you saw my TikTok, I wrote this when it first happened. I was like, I know you didn't do this. And it's the, oh no. Like, dude, this name Butch sucks. Really I hate it. And I was trying to explain this to a non-wrestling fan. My mother-in-law was here, and she was kind of like, oh, that's an old, like, Irish type name. And I'm like, this is the problem that I'm having. No, it's not good.
No.
It's not good.
It's not.
When was the last time you met someone named Butch that's under 50? Someone tell me right now.
I don't even think I've met anybody named Butch my entire life.
Yeah. Probably never met someone named Conrad either, but that's beside the point right now. There is nobody named Butch these days hanging around. I think you could do a simple thing where Pete Dunne just eventually goes, yo, that's not my name. That's a nickname I had. Stop calling me Butch. My name is Pete. And then I'm done with it. Then I'm like, cool, we could do this. But it's not even just his name. The Giovanni Vinci, bro. That name sucks. Fabian Eichner was such a cooler name.
I kind of like them both.
I kind of like them both too, though.
Nah, bro. Ludwig Kaiser's all right.
I'll take Pete Dunne over Butch. I'm with you on the argument, but I'm not gonna like sit here and beat a dead cow over this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not even worth it.
I will beat there's some things you have to stand on, and if I can have one person's name changed, it is Pete Dunne's. Fix that shit now. That is a horrible name. I let you have Io Sky.
Do you still like watching him perform, or do you let the name?
No, I love it. No,
okay.
No, he's great. I still cheer for him. Rob will tell you when he was in that European tournament the first time for the NXT UK title, or maybe it was just the UK championship, I think, in the beginning. Right. I said he should win. I was like, yo, this dude is really good, I'm telling you. And everybody was like, yo, that dude was great. I was like, I told you guys, yo, he's phenomenal. Amazing. I just want him to get more chances. And I think that name Butch will hinder you. Do you see Butch at WrestleMania? Like, just met Butch right across. That's not a
I agree.
name.
I agree.
So
I agree with the name change, but I'm not gonna let it like eat away at me at night. You know what I mean?
Don't do it. All right. Don't handicap this kid. He's good. Now, after that, with all the names and everything, Gunther hits another clothesline with the shillelagh. That's how he won on SmackDown. Great tease for all that. Then he got caught. I know it's not the Razor's Edge, but I'm calling it the Razor's Edge for my guy, Scott Hall, RIP. Hits the Razor's Edge through the table on Gunther. I know he lost a lot of weight, dude, but that's a heavy body still going through the table. I felt for him. I was like, dang, dude, that's me. That's a big dude, just like, damn, this hurts.
Right. Exactly.
I couldn't. I felt the pain for him. Bro kick to Giovanni. Perfect. He sold that like $1 million.
Honestly, bro, that was like a loud pop.
Yeah, dude. Sheamus is over, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I know for years I have been down on Sheamus, but he is in the right spot now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. He was one of those guys that you just got tired of seeing there for a little while, and now he's kind of rekindled that fire. And I'm really happy for Sheamus, man. He had the crowd behind him tonight, man. That crowd was popping for him.
And does everybody know why they want him to win the IC title so bad? It's the last like piece for the gauntlet for him. He needs that so he could be a Grand Slam champion. And I love that it's not coming so easy. Like he just can't get it. He's like, I want that IC title so bad. And you're making Gunther an unstoppable beast. Like it works. All right.
I don't like the name Gunther though.
That's another one. You know what? Like I said, if I can only get one name change, it's the Butch one. But
no, I'll take Pete Dunne over Walter. But
are you used to the Gunther name now, Jesse? Like
I'm used to it. I like how they pronounce it, Gunther. Like I don't know, it just kind of rolls off the tongue, man. I like it.
It just sounds like the new kid who showed up at your school and all like your classes.
Like, but Walter was cool too when they pronounced it as Walter. You know, like
I feel like they're two different people now, though, because of the like body transformation. They just don't feel like the same people.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason Marsh, who has joined us. Sonny Bimbo in the house saying banger after banger after banger, and that's what they yelled as they went up the ramp too. I really like this one. Fun match here. The Brawling Brutes once again. Ace in the chat. Shout out to him modding it up, saying banger after banger. Let's see. We got some good comments here. They use the Cracker Barrel in AEW for specialty weapons matches. I'm always up for a setting-based match from time to time. Okay. I think the setup is corny. It's like if the APA had the setup for those bar fights. Yeah, I remember those too, like when they used to do that on SmackDown. I'm a fan of trios matches. Fantastic chaos. They had a banger indeed. Bound for Glory was a good show last night. Let's go, BJ. Thank you.
Dave's comment off of here. Sorry, BJ.
It was a good Bound for Glory. Give Impact a chance. Table spot was awesome. I did. Matt Lopez says he freaking taps. The double tap instead of the triple. He tapped with his palm. The Brazilian tap is up to the ref's discretion. 3 taps for the drama. If I answered that, I'd be canceled. You guys know what Butch is allegedly short for? Do I want to know, Rob? Sylvester? That's a weird shortening. Wrestlers have to hit the mat while reaching for the rope, so it makes sense. Yeah, I get it. Adds to drama for pro wrestling. Like you said, in the MMA world, though, I would be pissed if someone tapped and you were like, yo, don't ever do that to me, dog. Maybe that's why Butch is so mad they're getting his name wrong. Nelson, what's good, bro? I see you in here. So it could be worse. I was a Wolfgang guy for that tournament. I remember. Shout out to Reasonable Wrestling joining us. Appreciate you guys. I catch you when you're live. WrestleMania is in the house, man, on Twitch. Thank you. We got a lot. Someone said Dewdrop's the worst name. Could be. I'm not a fan of that name either.
That's pretty terrible.
And Max Dupree is back to LA Knight. Good for him. I hope this dude gets a chance to run with the ball because I think he can do something for them, truthfully. I wonder if he became Butch because of owning the name thing they do. That could be too, but you can come up with a better name than that, in my opinion.
So do you think that Triple H is still doing that now that he's running the whole show? Do you think that like, oh, we're gonna copyright whatever name you are? Is that still a thing?
I think that makes business sense though. If they're gonna follow the Vince philosophy of own the names, then. But
what if it's your own name? Like how like Cody Rhodes got stuck in that gimmick. You know what I mean? He couldn't even be called Cody Rhodes in AEW. So.
Yeah, well,
if it's your own name, are they even gonna go through the trouble to copyright that shit or?
They might.
I don't know. Seems silly
petty.
to me.
They're petty, bro. They need control over you so that they can get you to come back or whatever.
I feel it.
Miz gets into it with the Philadelphia Flyers mascot. It was a thing. I'm past it. Like whatever. This is going to be a recurring theme throughout the night, we'll just say. All right, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey, Liv Morgan. Thoughts? Jesse, thoughts?
Well, I mean, going into this, I didn't expect much. I mean, it's Ronda Rousey and it's Liv Morgan. I mean, I understand the fans were clamoring for her to be champion and stuff. I don't understand why. Maybe it's just because she's kind of paid her dues or whatever, but she's not very good, bro. I'm just going to go on and say it. She's not very good. She's not too entertaining to watch. Tonight, though, I will say turned out a lot better than I expected out of the match. I mean, we had some soft-ass chair shots in there, a bad-looking chair spot, and
the bat.
That bat was gimmicked, right? It was like, was it like a plastic bat?
Yeah. I mean, she was trying to hit her in the booty, but I was just like, I don't know if,
I mean, they were getting welts from it, but I mean, bro, it's a bat.
Listen,
like if you're taking shots with a bat, you're going down.
Yeah. I'm coming with the Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. I don't know if you remember this Nitro, since you guys are doing your Attitude Era reviews on your podcast, which you guys can catch every Wednesday in the morning. It's up there for you to watch right before we do our Dynamite review. Highly recommend it. I listen to it every Wednesday. But when Hall and Nash came out, do you remember when the ring was surrounded with the cops and they had the cops with like their hands ready to get put on the guns and all that? And they came with the baseball bats and they were pounding them on the steel steps so that you knew they were real. They were hitting them like on the post and stuff. That's when I was like, okay, cool. And most people said they never use a gimmick baseball bat. And I think it was Sting who said he used it once and he hated it. So, and this one, it just something felt weird about it. It felt very Harley Quinn-esque that they were trying to use.
They had like a chain. It looked like there was a chain screwed into it too, hanging down. And I don't know. I didn't see no screw. So that's where I was like, all right, gimmick. That's a gimmick. Because it looked like it was just made that way, I guess. I don't know. No screw.
You're supposed to be the
chain.
Bat expert here.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fake.
Okay.
That's fake.
Should have just started with that.
Yeah. That's fake.
The SmackDown Women's title was very good. Matt Lopez like this. I don't know. I wasn't feeling this one. Liv hits a nice senton through the table. Ronda then gets her in an armbar. I think that was what she had her in, right?
When the before the camera made that weird cut.
Yeah, to the lady.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell is this?
You can see Ronda like kind of inching forward, and then she kind of turns over, and then they make the cut, but then you come back, it's like, okay, I got her in the arm bar, but then it turns funky because Liv doesn't know what she's trying to do.
Right.
Or I think she knows what she's trying to do, but she can't execute.
Yeah, Liv passes out and she takes the L. KJ has joined us. What is good? Good?
She passed out with a goofy ass smile on her face too, and then was laughing afterwards. So what is the significance of that? I guess
I don't know if that was a botch or if that's going to play into the story. Maybe I don't know if she did exactly that. It was close, but I don't know if that's what happened. You'd have to be in the live chat to see what he just said. I cannot reference this on the show. I went to do dishes for this match. Damn. Hey, so dishes got to get done sometime. So why not?
When duty calls, man.
Overall, Ronda wins. I predicted this. I think everyone did.
Yeah, me too. I think it had to be that way. I mean, honestly, anybody in the chat, have you taken Liv Morgan serious as your SmackDown champion? I mean, if Liv Morgan was going to get a victory, I guess it would have been here because there was weapons involved and everything, but I mean, how long could we carry this on for?
No, she could have had a longer run when she could have had the title way back when. They passed on that opportunity when they should have given it to her then.
I think it's all about how you're booked, and the Money in the Bank sometimes is an albatross. I think for people, like, you end up getting this and it looks like a fluke. So then they keep booking you like it's a fluke. This reminded me of booking of Rey Mysterio in 2006, I believe. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but Rey Mysterio was treated like, oh, he could barely get by and he's losing to Great Khali. I'm like, this is the world champion, bro. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, I don't want to watch this show if he's in the main event and he's struggling to beat the Great Khali. So I don't know. Matt Lopez is hoping that Ronda stays heel with this, and Liv did a weird post-match interview.
I didn't see the interview. Did they show that?
It was on the website. I think at this day and age with all wrestling companies, like, you don't get to see those things anymore. They're like, check out social media. Right. So that's what they use it for. I saw it pop up, but I didn't click on it. Liv is it for me. She's probably better as a heel. Let's see what she does. I thought Charlotte was going to come back, but we didn't get that tonight. So
yeah.
We did eventually get some sort of promo from her.
Yeah.
Not a promo, but like a promo package, I guess.
Right. The SummerSlam match messed her up. Yeah, that definitely made her feel weak. Let's get into this next one here, which was the strap match. This is the one I really want to talk to Jesse about. Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross. Yeah, early in the match, like Karrion Kross refused to put the strap on his wrist. He was like, "No, I'm not doing it, dog." And then the match finally begins. Like, it started off really slow. I don't really even want to get into every single thing that happened into this. This was a physical match, but Jesse, give me your thoughts overall on like Kross's character work for you. And do you like him? Because you two are like the dark character masters right now that are on here. So what do you guys like really dig him, or is he missing something? I'll go to Jesse first.
Personally, I like him. Like, I like Karrion Kross. I feel like he has that look for me. But I feel like the WWE audience just doesn't know who the hell he is. Like, I feel like he's had zero reaction since he's come back. And this takes me back to that WWE live event that I went to when I finally got to. That was the first time I got to see him live. So when he came out, I looked at my wife and I was like, "Oh, dope! You know, we get to see Karrion Kross. It's my first time getting to see him live," and it was quiet. Like, you can hear a pin drop in the arena. It was so weird that he had no reaction. But people knew who he was from NXT, so I'm not really sure what audience we're dealing with when it comes to WWE, man. They must just not watch anything outside of WWE, or I don't know, man. I'm digging it. But as far as what they're doing right now, I think it's going to be a little while before he gets his name out there. This build with Drew McIntyre wasn't really it for me.
You definitely hit the nail on the head when you said it, because in my notes I wrote, "Who is Karrion Kross?" Now, I watched NXT. I kind of get it, but I still feel like even in NXT, what's the deal with this guy? Why is he who he is? We're asking more questions than answers we have, and I think they need to give us some answers now. Like, let me explain to you why I am like how I grew up or whatever. We don't know anything about this dude, and tonight I didn't like the finish of it. I mean, Derek, give your thoughts on Karrion.
So I'll go the opposite way. I'll say I do agree. The world definitely doesn't know who Karrion Kross is, even though they do. Like, I guess the thing that's missing for me is I feel like the aggression, the anger that he has is kind of forced instead of just being there. It's just like I'm hyped up, I'm like jacked up and everything, but now I'm forcing it onto you instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm here. I'm vicious. I'm getting ready to put you on your ass," and that's that.
Agree. He's coming off very Braun Strowman-esque.
Yes. Yes.
You know what's crazy though? He's got the size though. Like, here's what I see the look though. I see the look and I'm like, yo, this dude should be in main events. He's got the height, he's got the size, he's got the muscles, he's got the girl. The only thing that fears me with the girl is the Mark Mero thing. Y'all may not remember this. Yep. Now, Jesse, you're probably gonna start looking into this because you're getting into the later years of all this. But Mark Mero was a great wrestler. Johnny B. Bad was the shit. I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not even joking. I love Johnny B. Bad. You can make fun of him. He's a Little Richard and all that. I don't care. Little Richard lookalike, excuse me, pause. But with Johnny B. Bad, like, the dude he was great. He was great in the ring. But what happened? He comes to the WWE and he gets overshadowed because he wanted his wife to be with him, who is now married to Brock Lesnar, Sable. And Sable became the star. Put Sable out there to sell the shirts. Sable should be in the WrestleMania match. And what happened to Mark Mero? Who knows? Because he just disappeared from wrestling. And I kind of felt bad for the dude. But
Mark Mero had some excellent matches too as Mark Mero in the WWF. Yeah. Like, I remember watching a match with him. I think it was him and Stone Cold that was excellent, dude. And I think it was at King of the Ring.
King of the Ring?
Yeah, King of the Ring 96, right? And it was phenomenal, dude. I don't know, man. I see all you guys hating on Karrion Kross's hair too, man. Karrion Kross, leave that boy's hair alone. I mean, he looked like a porcupine after tonight's match, but I mean, I don't think his hair is that bad. I've seen everybody shitting on it online, dude. It's really not that bad. We got too many bald guys wrestling anyway, Conrad. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. Listen, man, it's not choice. God chose me to be bald. All right, he was like, "I got you, bro.
I'm next in line, brother, so I know exactly what you mean."
So I just made the choice to do it before he decided to make it look bad on me. So I was like, I got you. I'm seeing the signs. Johnny B. Bad WCW theme was fire. I love that everybody's having Johnny B. Bad moments. Listen, they hit each other with the straps in this match. It needed something a little bit more. Those are tough matches sometimes to sell. I did like that it wasn't the 4-corner tap thing. I hate that. That's so stupid. Yeah, they're like, let me just drag you around with me here for a second.
So that's actually called a 4 corners match or a corner match or something like that. It's not just a strap match. But this strap tonight looked really gimmick too. It didn't look like a thick leather strap like we're used to. This looked like a really thin, just piece of fabric or something. You didn't really hear the impact from the strap hitting. So
you know what? That's what I was gonna say. It looked like I've never seen a leather strap that was like two-tone.
Yeah,
it looked almost two-tone to me.
Yep.
I've been beat with a strap that was two-tone. That was because of me, though. So, back in the day, bad report card came home. I felt like I've taken worse whoopings than they were getting with some of those. I was like, all right, boys, step it up. But these guys, they went out there, they did, like, their backs were cut up. I'm not trying to, like, put a front on, like, oh, it was horrible, but I think it was the blows were lessened. Like, Drew looked fine. Yeah. Like, his back, I was like, yo, this dude is smooth. He was like, yeah, I'm good. Carrie is the one all tore up from it. But the match ends with Scarlett jumping in the ring. And do you feel like this took away the finish? She sprays him with, was it mace, pepper spray? I think they were trying to say it was pepper spray.
I think they said it was pepper spray.
And down goes Drew, elbow to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
I didn't like it.
Jesse?
I mean, dude, the match was okay for what it was, but I'm not a fan of the whole strap match thing. And the finish was, I mean, this is WWE we're talking about. So if it wasn't for the pepper spray, I'd say the finish would have sucked horribly. But since she got the pepper spray on, I could see it. I mean, have you ever been hit with pepper spray before?
Right.
Yeah.
No, personally, no.
Yeah, it's no joke. It's no joke. And I don't care what I'm getting hit with after that. I'm staying down, buddy.
I'm more afraid to ask why you've been hit with pepper spray if you have been.
Old times,
want to know.
Old times.
Back in the day, we were some wild cats, bro. You don't want to know. Yeah. We've all been in police cars, I'm sure. Never arrested, but I've been in the back of one day. What's going on here? Shout out to Rodney, who has joined us in the chat. His hair over the BDSM helmet, Matt Lopez said.
I will agree with that.
Not entirely true. Sable went along for the interview, and Vince was smitten, offered her the world. Which Vince? Sorry. That was
right.
Bro, you gotta put her on, bro. Mark Merrill, Owen Hart, King of the Ring was also a good one. People are saying, holy smokes, Deanna, what's going on? 4 corners, drag them all to 4. She couldn't aim with the fireball, so she used pepper spray. Knowing Cross was from NXT, no, this was fine. Cross should have had any help to win. Yeah, I think he could have benefited from just a dominating win too. But Drew, you got to keep Drew strong too. I don't know. I think Drew's just been dead in the water ever since he did that singing shit after he lost that Clash at the Castle. That was buns, in my opinion. So we're going to move on. Miz is talking to Maurice on the phone. The Flyers mascot shows up again. I could care less about this. Whatever. Sorry, Philly. Don't hate me. Don't boo me. But whatever. We're moving on from this. Bianca, Belair, and Bayley. Ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship here. During the entrances, we saw Nikita Lyons, and then something popped into my head. With all these new announcers coming, how many times is Booker T going to be like, oh, shucky ducky, quack, quack. She's in my fave 5, Nikita Lyons, and Lash Legend. I can hear it now on NXT. Booker T is going to be either really funny or terrible for this show. There's no in between. It's just going to be one of those two things. What did you guys think of this one, though? I'm not even going to get too deep in it. Derek, what did you think of the ladder match with the ladies?
I thought it was decent. There were a couple missed spots for me. Logically, some spots just didn't work. Except for the one though, where Bianca used her brain and said, "Hey, I'm down, but I'm going to kick this ladder over because I'm down, instead of like jumping up to like, oh, I got to get up. I got to get up. No, it doesn't work that way all the time. You have to think of, so to speak, on your feet and do something logically, which is what should happen at least 50% of the time.
Yeah. Jesse?
Dude, this ladder match was frustrating for me. Like, I just, I don't know, man. There were so many ladders going everywhere, and they did so much stupid shit that I couldn't wrap my mind around. There's ladders here, and she's going to set up the ladder for climbing up to try to grab the belt, but instead of the one that's leaning against the ropes, she kicks that shit down and grabs a whole new ladder, builds it up, and I don't know, man. Like, this shit was everywhere for me. And for one, like, I know I'm going to get heat for saying this, but I am just over Bianca Belair, man. I'm over it. Like, she has no personality for me to enjoy. Like, none. She's a great athlete, but I'm just completely over watching her. But the fans were cheering her tonight, man. She was getting a huge pop. So, I don't know. Maybe they're seeing something I don't see.
What? Come on now. I gotta stop him there. I love Bianca's reign, man.
But why do you love it though? You gotta explain why you love it. What has she done? What has she done that stands out?
So I followed Bianca since NXT, and I love that she never got the NXT Women's Championship. Like, that made her reign better. Like, I waited for that moment when she had that moment at WrestleMania with Sasha. I'm like, let's see if she delivers. That match was fan-freaking-tastic when she had it, and I thought she deserved it. And ever since then, out of the 4 horsewomen, I'll say she's been the one to step up. Like, in the women's division, her, Rhea Ripley, and a few others. I'm like, yo, these are the women that we need to be focused on for the next, after when the horsewomen want to retire, these are the ones that you're building. I like Bianca though. I think I can just get down. Maybe it's the culture type thing. I get it.
Does she entertain you on the mic or with personality or anything like that?
She's okay for WWE entertainment. Yes. I think she's very basic. Like, you're waiting for I'm the best, I'm the nicest, I'm the greatest. And okay, we get it. And she says that stuff over and over again. And I think that's going to have to develop. But do you know what I want to see her do eventually? Her and Montez Ford as heels. I think that's where the real money is for both of them.
I think that's what she needs to do right now. Like, I just don't like her as a babyface. I'm not saying that she has no potential whatsoever, because she's fantastic in the ring. Like, that chick can move. But I mean, Bayley right now is terrible. So I'm not like putting Bayley over.
But what do you mean by that?
Like, this whole thing that she's doing with Damage Control is just bad. Like, it's terrible to watch. It's not entertaining. I feel like her promos haven't been on point either. It's just kind of the old school heel, yelling at kids in the audience, telling them that I don't suck and ripping just cheap heat. So
she's always been about that though, yelling at Cole even.
But I liked her when she was a single star as a heel. I thought that was kind of moving upward, you know what I mean, until she got injured. And then when she got injured, she came back with these two, just kind of, I don't know, overshadowed, or maybe it's just a little ring rust or whatever it is. I'm not sure. This match though just wasn't it for me, man. Like, it was okay, but I feel like there's just so much going on, and so, like, for one, why do you need like 20 ladders out for 2 people? Like, tell me that right now. Like, why do we have 20 ladders out there taking up all this space for 2 people?
Remember when it used to be 1? I'm so old that I can remember when you had 1 ladder.
That's what I'm saying.
Broke. That was all you had.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you're gonna have 20 ladders, throw that shit under the ring.
I think that's just money in the bank, and people got to use it for more spots. It was like, yo, what if we did this and we had a ladder here and then a ladder there, and
Do you think that like these gimmick matches are kind of getting overshadowed by how many spots have been done? It's like every time we get a ladder match or a cage match, what can we do that's different? I don't think that's needed in ladder matches. I don't think you need.
Yeah, dude, you're starting to see people hang the ladder off a post and shit. I'm like, yo, this is dangerous, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, so sometimes I do think they take it a little too far with it, but they're out there trying to do it, man. The women want the same type of matches the men get. I'm all for it. Let them have it. I thought this one was all right, but this was the one I got wrong. I had Bayley winning this. And sadly, that's not what happened. It was, I shouldn't say sadly. I wasn't mad that Bianca won. I just thought Bayley needed it more. Like you said, Damage Control is not credible. And I see a bunch of people in the chat kind of echoing the same thing. Bianca ends up just getting the win here. I mean, it was fine for what it was. She had no help though. Like they made Damage Control got beat up by one person. I hope people like realize this tonight. And by the way, shout out to Bianca, and I forgot who was the person on the back end. Was it Io? Who was like leaning off the side and she had to like push herself, adjust. I was like, yo, beast for like being able to still do that even though the spot went wrong. Really good.
Yeah, that was good.
She wins. I don't see her being champ much longer. The real question is who dethrones her. If it wasn't Bayley, I feel like it's Rhea.
Yo, I did like the finish to this match though. How she put Bayley down with the ladder. Yeah, it looked like, you know, that whole finish sequence was really good. It's just the match was just kind of everywhere for me. Too many ladders, trying to figure out too much stuff to do off of them, and I don't know. It was just, even my wife was sitting there like, what the hell are they doing with these ladders? Like, do they know which ladder they want to set up or what?
Steve brought up that he thought her jaw got jacked on it too. Like something went wrong with that because I saw Bayley grabbing her mouth a lot after. So
yeah, it looked like she hit pretty hard.
Yeah, she went down like a ton of bricks. Rodney said he thought it was a good match. Maybe Bayley should have had this one. I think it hurts Damage Control. BJ said, I heard someone this week pitch the idea for Damage Control to finally take her down by cutting the hair. That makes her look like a beast. That's risque too. I'm just letting you know. Like, I think a lot of people who don't watch wrestling.
It's got to be fake though, right? Like her hair. It's not. It's not.
Yeah. But you don't.
Damn, that's many years of growing that shit.
Yeah, you don't touch a sister's hair though. That's like one of the rules. Yeah. Like you just know. So be careful. There could be some backlash to it. R-Dub says, I hate to say it, but she killed Damage Control and she's starting to become stale. She is impressive, but when you see it constantly, you become numb. Time for the queen to take back the throne. I hope that ain't Charlotte we're talking about. Cause
I hope it is Charlotte, bro.
Oh, you're a fan?
I'm a huge fan of Charlotte.
Rank the 4 horsewomen right now, in your personal opinion.
You already know, dude. We've had this conversation, Conrad. I literally talked to you.
But the people haven't heard it.
Okay. So now I'm going to break it down, man. Charlotte, and Charlotte. Like, that's really all I give a shit about.
Dylan.
Like, no, Charlotte's great, man. Like, I mean, dude, athletically, I don't think anybody can touch this chick in the ring. That's just how I feel.
That's fair.
And I mean, when is Sasha coming back? Is she coming back?
That's a good question. You know what? I think the perfect time, if it doesn't happen at Survivor Series, we need to move past it then. Survivor Series is in Boston. Let's see.
I almost want to say that AEW needs her, dude. Like,
they could use her, I will say. But do you have the time? We don't want to get back into the same thing we were in before with. Luckily, I shouldn't say luckily. Right now, they have suspensions that they're dealing with. So now the TV time's more available. We had 2-pack last night. You're not going to get that with everybody, though, as far as the WWE shows go.
Yeah, it's
I don't know. Let me see here. I want a face Charlotte versus heel Bianca. Someone's got to want to cheer Charlotte first. R-Dub. She could probably get there, though. Damage Control. Whoa, that is a harsh. They're done.
Yeah, I think Charlotte needs to stay heel, dude. I don't like a face Charlotte though.
Matt Lopez says this hurts War Games if Damage Control is one of the teams now, he thinks. I kind of agree. Bayley was bleeding from the mouth. Definitely Rhea, people are saying. Chucky saying Sasha. I'm with you on that. Sasha's my favorite too out of all of them. Keep Charlotte off my TV. you know who Derek wants kept off his TV? All right.
Keep that man clear off TV, bro.
Just enjoy it, man.
Hey, Derek, Captain Insano shows no mercy. Just saying.
Oh, Jesse, don't do me.
I'm just kidding, man. I don't like Big Show either.
Sasha's not going to Japan, bro. That bank account ain't big enough for it unless she wants to do it. So I just figured this one out. Uh-oh.
Main you have to go back to that one.
Yeah, well, main 2K, stay in here. I'm gonna need you if you're finding details out like that. Yes, BJ knows. Yes, the chat loves the Big Show, baby. That's what I like to see. Bring back Sho Funaki. We're definitely moving on from this segment now. you guys made me move on. Going into
people hate Charlotte that much to where they're going to start talking about Funaki.
The I Quit match with your favorite, Derek, Edge and Finn Balor. Edge came out, shout out, there are so many funny moments in this show tonight. When Edge came out, I don't know if anyone noticed the security dude who was like, he tried to lean back. He said, now listen, I'm a big brother too. He was leaning back and he was thought no one could see him. I'm like, bro, I can see you clear as day. I know you're trying to move so the people can see him. I'm like, I can see you, bro. I was like, if I was Edge, I would have been like, get up, bro. Yeah. I would have just did something stupid like that right at that moment just because. But I like that. And then Finn Balor, they remixed the theme. I like this. It feels right now.
Yeah, but then they had Finn Balor coming out looking like Kanye from 2013. What's going on here, man?
Matt
got him looking like a gimp.
Matt Lopez said he came out looking like Hellraiser. I definitely said he came out looking like the safe word is banana. He came out with the BDSM mask, and that's no shame, bro. If that's what you're into, do your thing, Finn. Do your thing, bro. I'm not here to judge.
Safe word was pineapple juice.
Pineapples. This is what it was. You guys knew this was going to be a brawl. They were fighting in the crowd. I like that Edge used a hockey stick. Greatest flyer ever. Eric Lindros for you.
I don't know, man. It's either Eric Lindros or Delino Shields, I think his name was.
Yeah, or was he? Was he a goalie?
He was the goalie who fought the Sabres goalie in that big fight.
All right, man. Well, I don't want to talk hockey, especially Buffalo Sabres. With all due respect, Buffalo, you're just not doing it for me right now. Somebody said Finn with the Kanye mask. That entrance, dude. LOL. Michael Cole was fantastic. Yeah, Michael Cole was a little animated tonight. Who doesn't love Kai and Ty? This chat is going crazy. Yeah, I don't know. This was pretty cool though for the most part, Jesse. I mean, what did you think of any of this?
I thought that this was the match of the night for me. I mean, I already knew how they were going to end this match. How else do you end it? You know, are you going to have Finn Balor say I quit? You're going to have Edge say I quit clean? I don't know. I think everybody
that's what makes
called
I
this.
Quit matches tough, man. Especially when it's like
it's
heel
a rough
baby
gimmick.
face. Yeah,
it is rough. For the two of them, it's like you can't really have either of them say I quit. They're just not built that way.
I think everybody who did predictions that I listened to from like BJ, us, everybody who brought it up said the same kind of finish for this. There was only one way. Finn has to win because Judgment Day has looked weak as hell, and they did the exact same thing we all thought. There were beatdowns. Michael Cole, before I get to the finish, Michael Cole was on one tonight, Did he say someone should slap that kid like about Dominic? I was like, bro, thank goodness this dude is over 18. I'm like, what are you saying right now? Someone should slap him. And Cole's just standing up. Derek's like, why is he standing right now just yelling? What are you doing?
He was name dropping a lot of guys too throughout the commentary tonight too, like Sting, and he brought up Nia Jax. He was bringing up tons of names, man. Like, I love this WWE to where we can actually break down that wall a little bit. Vince would have never allowed him to say any of these names just because they don't work there anymore.
From his marketing class from 1950. Shut up, Michael. You don't know what you're talking about. All right, shut up. Or I'll come out there and do it myself. But
oh God, we don't want that.
Hell no, I don't even want him back. Say it. But they were they end up getting Rhea Ripley in the ring with Beth. Beth tries to help Edge. There's kicks square to the nuts, a bunch of stuff.
All right, I'll Rochambeau you for it.
Down goes Beth. Beth is going to get Concerto. Edge is being held after taking 3 coup de grace, and he wouldn't quit throughout it. And he just finally says, "Okay, I quit." Whatever, for his wife. And what's the best thing a heel could do? This should be a lesson to all after this.
Yes,
I'm not going to do it. Okay, you quit. All right, now I'm going to do it. So he quit for no reason. His wife was being threatened. You could always say it's the shock value for it, but I thought this kept Finn strong.
It did.
Edge looks like a credible babyface who shows care for his family. And I thought it made the Judgment Day look strong. Dominic's a weasel. Damian Priest is smart. He took the bullet because he's the biggest follower of Finn. It makes it way better. I know I'm harsh on Judgment Day, and I still will be, because I still think the reason they did this was stupid. But I thought it worked.
It was okay. I mean, like for the whole situation, it worked. So then now Edge being my guy, Edge has to come back as like a stronger babyface, but he has to be that Edge that he came back when he wrestled Randy Orton.
Yeah, he's gonna have. I think him and Beth versus Finn and Rhea would be a great Survivor Series match.
Mm-hmm.
If you could
or just Beth versus Rhea would be good.
That would be good too.
I would enjoy that.
I'll take it, and then that could be the feud that puts her into contention for Bianca.
Yeah,
correct. Derek, did you actually like the match though?
No, I did.
Finish aside, did you like what they did?
I did. It was definitely a good match. I agree with you though. Definitely match of the night for me.
Yeah, okay. It's close to that trio match. I'd say those two were it for me.
Yeah.
Was hoping for a Ray heel turn. My man Rey Mysterio can't turn heel, man.
I thought it was going to happen for a second.
No more. Yeah, you thought he was going to pull out the Grape Street mask. Yo, what's up with the purple bandanas too? Like, Grape Street, homie, what you doing over here? Like, what is the purple? It's the least intimidating like bandana color. And I'm always just like, all right, man, I guess if that's how they're rolling. But I was fearful too. Like, I was like, if Ray pulls off a mask and he's like, yeah, I'm with them, that would be absolutely insane. Heel Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
I'm like, you better call Conan. Conan better be managing him, coming out with like the towel. Like, yeah, this is my boy right here. About to beat you down. I just can't see Ray turning heel at this point. He's like Ricky Steamboat, like forever loved. Dude, no one's gonna want to see that. Minus that Royal Rumble where he got booed the shit out of because he wasn't Bryan Danielson. Right. I don't know if anyone sees Marvel's Werewolf, but by night Edge looks like Jack on the Extreme Rules match poster. I will have to check it out. Actually. Yeah. Cardinals out of here. Yo, Rob's giving us the MLP rundown right now. People are getting eliminated tonight. No lie, I wanted Edge to win. Beth versus Rhea. Yes. What's going on?
Rob, the Mariners are moving on though.
Yeah.
How about them Blue Jays though?
Boys let me down again, man.
Juggernaut, what's good, bro? What's good? Not in the grapefruits, he said. Derek, Mr. Picky Pants. LOL. I love it, man. You guys keep the comments coming. Nighthawk says he's waiting for the Ray versus Dominic match. I could see that. That might be a Survivor Series one too. Man. All right. Main event time. It's time for that fight pit match. I was a big fan of this, and I'm glad that we have Jesse in here. Jesse is like a MMA expert out of all of us, so he could probably give us the real deal and what he likes with these and what he doesn't. Oh, and I skipped. Dexter Lumis finally got his hands on the Miz creepily, and the mascot got his kicking. Boom, we're done with that. Back to this one, though. Daniel Cormier, special guest ref. DC came out. He was looking happy. He was looking jolly. I don't even know what else to say about him. DC is DC. Yeah. That's all I can say. That's all I can say about the dude. He's a happy-go-lucky dude. He's probably like who you want corporately to represent like UFC in your brand because he's just a fun-loving dude. That's all I can say. I really hope that Ken Shamrock would have got this spot. I need to see Ken Shamrock honored back in the WWE. I think that he deserves better than what he gets from them, personally. I don't know. I was a little saddened by that. Somebody said DC is whack. Come on now. We got some John Jones fans in the house. I take it. I did pick him to win every time when they went against each other, though. Rollins comes out, bro. Jesse was feeling this. We have another chat going on. The RVD attire. I thought that was dope tonight. It was a nice little tribute for Extreme Rules.
It was cool, man. I liked it.
It was cool. I still don't get the gimmick, but it was cool. I like it.
I explained the gimmick to you in the private chat, man. I told you what it's all about, man. It's his big FU to the independents and AEW and everybody else about how much money he makes and he can do whatever he wants and go outlandish and wear the fanciest clothes. You know what I mean? Like he's wild, man. Seth Rollins is fucking wild.
Man, you know what? It sucks for me because I felt like this gimmick could have gone so differently and it could have been skyrocketed to where it is now a long time ago.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
You take the first gimmick that he had, where he was basically like the prophet. You easily could have made this like, I don't want to say his name, so JJ, if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. But if you don't, I can't say it on here. But if you know who I'm talking about, you know, it's too much. It's too much fun for me. Like this gimmick, like if you have the people following you, you don't have them. You don't have this kind of fun. I need you coming in like, not necessarily preaching, but kind of giving a word like, hey.
So you liked him when he was the Messiah better than this?
I like the Messiah better.
I can get behind that too.
Yeah, the Messiah.
I like the Messiah better. But I'm just explaining to Conrad what the gimmick is, because he's like, I don't get it. This is what it is.
No, but
man.
it was Derek. You watched with me during the. Can we say pandemic now on YouTube? I don't care. Flag it then. Yeah. Pandemic, like during the pandemic stuff, like none of this like lined up right. Like you were the Messiah, then all of a sudden you're like, I'm funny, and I'm just like, dude, this feels mid card. You're a main eventer. Like what? Like I think he's so good that I'm like, yo, you're better than this. Like what is this right now?
I think a lot of people said it had to do with that last Bray Wyatt loss, though, and they're trying to tie back into that somehow.
If you've never seen Derek's rant, we all ranted on that one time. Go back and find the Hell in a Cell. Was it 2019 or 2020? I don't
remember. Crown Jewel. Was it Crown
Whatever
Jewel
it was. No, it was Hell in a Cell, bro. We watched that. Derek had a rant that someone clipped, bro. They thought it was so funny. They clipped us and they were like, bro, these guys went off. And Derek just said he couldn't handle it. And we're like, what did you guys do? How do you have a non-finishing Hell in a Cell? This used to end feuds. Yeah. He just went crazy. Yeah. And that's a casual fan. They shouldn't get that mad. Like, Derek's just a casual fan. And he got really mad.
Oh, God. Have you seen it, Jesse?
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh, okay.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't see your rant on it, but I'm sure I wasn't as mad as you were.
Oh God, listen. I think for like what half of the review I was quiet.
Yeah, he didn't say a word. He was like, I don't even want to talk right now. Like that's how mad he was. So
gotta love it though.
Exactly.
Fight pit match. Jesse, MMA expert, what did you think of this? Do you like this setup? Did you see the first one with like Timothy Thatcher?
I did. Okay, I seen the
compare
first
the
one.
two. Like, what did you think? Like lighting, it's different. Jesse's an aesthetics guy. He's a big podcast guy. Cares about his audio.
I thought that if you were going for that MMA look, it probably should have looked more like the first one. Because this one, being in the big arena and having all the colors for Extreme Rules and everything, it just, I don't know. I think that they should have tweaked this match a little bit. Don't take away the ropes. Have your wrestling, be a part of it as well. Just a cage match with the extra top on it. Call it the fight pit, whatever. It's pretty much the same shit. They just ain't got ropes. It's a cage match. Like that's what it is.
Bigger's Lions Den.
No, because the Lions Den was different. It was smaller. It was
circle.
Just that little circle pit. Like, see that I would consider like a fight pit. And as far as like DC coming in, I really enjoyed DC as the ref here, just because I know how. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of DC or anything. I also wanted John Jones to win out of all those matches. I don't know. I was really happy for DC because I know that he's wanted to work with WWE for many years. Since they got the Fox deal, he's wanted to come in and do something with WWE. So the fact that he finally got to do that as a referee in this match, it made sense, but I also agree that Ken Shamrock probably would have fit better in this scenario just because they were trying to give it that Lions Den feel. But it just wasn't the Lions Den feel. It was a wrestling ring with a cage around it. I like this gimmick match. Don't get me wrong. Like I loved how this cage looked. I loved the platform, the extra stuff that you could do off it. It was creative, and I feel like that's what WWE's needed for some time. Instead of just calling a street fight a Donnybrook match, or you know what I mean, a four corners match, a strap match, whatever the case is, they just kind of take matches and change up the name. Really, but it's the same match. This one felt weird just because it was, you can only win by knockout and submission. So no pinfall or anything like that. I don't really like that aspect. It's not MMA, bro. You're professional wrestling. Don't do MMA shit. You know what I mean? Because it's not the same. I get Riddle was in MMA and he was very good, as a matter of fact, but
they mentioned he beat John Jones. He beat John Jones in high school. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's true or not, but I remember reading.
Uncle Dave said it was true, and he said he was surprised they finally just mentioned it. Like he thought that would be like a big bragging point for them. So good for them. And Uncle Dave likes MMA too. And if you don't know who that is, you just don't know. So
he's not worth mentioning for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
We fucking talking Dave Meltzer? What are we talking over here?
Oh, that was one of those rare moments I actually had to cough and I had to mute myself for a second.
No, man, as for the match, though, the match was really good. I liked the match. I don't know. I felt like the I Quit match kind of showed it up, and that probably should have been the main event, but you never really know how these things are going to go. I get because it was a cage that's why they placed it at the main event. I'm honestly shocked that the Liv Morgan match wasn't the main event because I was reading that was what was going to be placed out there because we don't have a heavyweight title match on the line. And this was
hell no.
I know, I get it. I wouldn't want that as the main event either, but I'm shocked that it wasn't just because that was Ronda Rousey, big name star. It just seemed like some WWE shit that they would pull, but I'm glad that they didn't. I'm glad that this was the main event, and I thought the match was all right, man. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't that good either. It's all right.
No one likes DC # Marvel. Come on now, that man's great.
Hey,
and I know the joke you're making.
I'm with it.
Someone said we don't talk about Dave. What's good? Word 789. I see you in here. I guess I don't want to get too deep into it. I'll just bring up the spots that I really liked in this. I like the twisting frog splash that Rollins hit. Rollins is amazing. Like, I know you just heard me say, like, I don't get the gimmick, blah, 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 it feels mid, yada, yada. That has nothing to do with his ability. This dude is one of the best on the roster. Like, when he was having that interview with Ariel Helwani and he was like saying how he's pissed, I get it, bro. This dude's really good. He's like the guy you go to, you're like, I need to count on you. Can I count on you for this big match? Yeah. But I think he wants his moment now. He's like, yo, I want to main event something. I want to do something. Give it to me. And he's just in a tough spot. He's in, like you said, the Roman era. He called it like he's stuck in that. He did great in this match, though. I thought Riddle's RKO was great. Rollins rolling off the top was great. The power bomb into the cage on the top, that was scary, bro. Like, I was like, yo, don't do that, bro. If that thing snaps, I don't know what would happen. Riddle senton off the top. Rob thought he slipped at first. He just saw him like, whoa.
Dude, and the sell afterwards had me believing that maybe he broke his tailbone or something the way he came down. Like, he sold that shit so good, man. Bro,
imagine if Seth's wrist is like anywhere different or he didn't land that perfectly. Seth could have broken his wrist. Absolutely insane. It actually ends eventually with he's got him in the triangle choke and he's got him up. Rollins picks him up. He goes Rampage Jackson. He's throwing him against the cage. He slams him down, but Riddle keeps it locked in. He has nowhere to go. Seth taps out. It makes perfect sense. I thought Seth could take the L here. He needs more dubs, though, but he could take the L right here. I had no issue with it. And it's over. Riddle celebrates. He's going up the ramp. They hold up the hands. The little thing comes in the corner, and then I was like,
wait, hold on. Before we even get to that. Before we even get to that. So I want to say, like, it just came.
Derek says, before we get to that, scan this QR code real quick.
Yeah, exactly. So as we're talking about the match, it just came to mind what the Messiah should have been in the beginning. So you take what Seth Rollins was when he was in the Shield, the demeanor. You take the demeanor that he had when he was in the Shield. And then you take, I guess, the gimmick that he has now, dial it back because he's on 100 right now. So you dial it back probably down to 30%. Still leaving the smile and still leaving the laugh, but menacingly at the same time, like he had when he was in the Shield. Now, if you would have done that, I think a lot more people would have bought into it then instead of buying into it now.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are buying that shit into it right now, because they're singing his song and they're all for this new Seth Rollins gimmick. A lot of people are into this. I get
it. I get it. I take nothing from him. I think just living on the dark side.
Yeah, I like the Messiah gimmick better, but I think that there are a lot of people that are into this thing, man. I can't stand his like stupid ass laugh that he does. I wish he would cut more promos like he did with Riddle in that backstage segment where they were on like a video call or whatever.
When he said
like that,
yes, when he said that bitch ass part, that shit hurts me every time I hear it, even in the promos. It's about you bitch ass, and I was just like, come on, Seth, that's too far, man, too far.
And BJ, you may be right. They may just want to be a part of it, but I don't know, man. Everybody chants the whole Seth freaking Rollins all the time too, so. Which I think is lame anyway. Seth freaking Rollins is lame ass name. Yeah.
Here's the meat and potatoes of it. Here's what everybody wants to talk about in the chat.
We'll see you next week.
Remember, I said that too. The lights went out. They were like, I said they should have just hit 96 Raw. We'll see you on Monday night for Raw. Get their money for next week, pal.
Here comes the Undertaker. We'll see you next week.
Riddle holds up his arms. You get the little flash in the corner. You're like, oh shit, but experienced fans know. Hold on a minute until I see that Peacock logo gone. I'm not believing shit. And then all of a sudden the lights go out. They've been teasing this for a while, and we start hearing he's got the whole world in his hands. I'm not gonna sing it, and we get a cut to Huskus the pig.
You already know at this point.
Mercy the buzzard. I mean, I knew from freaking day one. I feel like you had questions, but I think when they showed the one with Huskus was being in, I'm like, if it ain't Bray Wyatt, bro, you're just gonna piss people off. So don't do it. Right. Just don't do it. Ramblin' Rabbit, Abby the Witch, like characters are in the crowd of them. Is that the right word? Caricatures? What?
Well, I mean, you could say that.
I don't know. They're real life people of those characters are in the crowd. And someone had brought up that they thought Joe Gacy played one of the roles based on someone's forearms or something, but interesting. And by the way, it's very weird that everybody who's a wrestling fan in WWE turns into the FBI for this shit. But if I ever hear you say you don't know who Wrestler X is, bullshit. You guys know Morse code and shit. Get out of here, bro. Yeah, I figured out the Morse code. Who's Bandito? Fuck off. All right. I said it. Fuck off. Don't ever let me hear that again.
This was the most intricate storyline that I've ever seen in professional wrestling, and I love it, man. I feel like they should have just dragged it on a little bit more. I think they should have teased it a little bit.
Fans are too eager.
Yeah.
Once they started, I'm like, all right, next pay-per-view, you got till the pay-per-view, bro.
Well, this was sort of like the CM Punk treatment too for Extreme Rules. So CM Punk sold out that Rampage on a rumor, right? Mm-hmm. Extreme Rules was not selling good at the beginning of this. And they basically sold this thing out on a rumor that it was Bray Wyatt, thinking that everybody was going to get Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules. So I think you're right. If they didn't show Bray Wyatt tonight, there was going to be some issues.
Oh, there's going to be issues on this end.
Yeah. So how'd you guys feel about this, though? This was fun, man. This was a fun interaction thing for people to like be scanning QR codes, all the shit that was going on Twitter with, oh, if you type in this on Google, this will pop up. And White Rabbit Records, if you call them and tell them to feed your head, that they'll say, let them in. And just so many elements to this storyline, man. This is bigger than a movie. I feel like this is great for professional wrestling.
Good shit.
Oh, it was. I would agree with Vince if he had anything to do with this.
Man, listen, I thought this was a good idea. I thought this was, let's face it, WWE has been stuck in one spot, and they needed something to actually pull them back out of it. And this was it. In my opinion, this was it. You needed something to get the fans involved.
You needed something big.
Involved. Yeah, if you didn't have anything big, then you were done.
And let's face it, Bray Wyatt was currently the hottest free agent on the market. Everybody's been talking about this dude for a year. Where's he going to go? We thought he was going to show up in AEW for the longest time because everybody was just heading over there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, besides Bray Wyatt, who was on the market that could possibly be pulled in for a surprise? That is well known. I don't think there's anybody.
They were running out of people.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
And I gotta make a joke to Juke Sting real quick. Can you imagine if they did all that and Bobby Fish walked through the door?
Good Lord.
Did you guys see what happened in the Battle Royal for Impact? He was in like this Call Your Shot Battle Royal. It's like Money in the Bank, bro. He came out and literally he got the ring, starts doing his kicks and punches. Then you just hear CM Punk, CM Punk.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
That had to burn him, bro. It had to burn him so bad. I've said it before, like he needs O'Reilly and Cole for anyone to care about him. Sorry to say it. Back to Bray though, because he's more important than that. Did anybody recognize the head that was on the announcer's desk when they were like cutting the things? What was
that was the burnt Fiend mask.
That's what I thought it was, but they were like kind of like glared away far enough that I'm like, the hell is that shit? Like,
it was the burnt up Fiend mask.
Okay, yeah, I stared at it. I'm like, I can't pick that out.
Right? All the Firefly Funhouse characters looks like they came out of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey horror movie.
I think that's gonna be a good movie. I'm not even
I think I'm gonna watch it if it's like on one of the Netflix or something for us.
Which
to get
one?
Into. The Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Did you see this?
Lord. Yes, no, not into it.
It's because their trademark rights ended to it. So once something's been trademarked, I think it's for 75 years, it becomes free domain and people can just do whatever with it. So have fun with that.
So we just made a horror movie out of Winnie the Pooh.
Someone was just like, I feel like doing it and I can, so I'm gonna do it.
Who booked this shit?
Deanna says she loved the live characters in it. People are putting it up. New Wyatt's more like the grabber black phone. You gotta stop talking about that movie, man. I had nightmares from that damn thing when I watched
that film.
It was really good, bro. I just kept having nightmares though.
That movie was really good.
Yeah, dude. All I keep seeing is that dude sitting there with that mask on, bringing me eggs and shit. I'm like, yo, I'm out. Don't get out, bro. I like eggs, but I'm out of here.
We gangbanging on breakfast, bro.
Oh my god.
No, but you know what though? I will say I hope that they keep the live characters going. You have to keep the live characters going. You introduce them as live characters. Now they have to be there.
I agree. That was good.
Hold on.
They don't have to do anything. They just have to be there.
Hold on. I got to give a shout out to my man Pluggo in the chat. What's good, Pluggo from Love Wrestling? Shout out to you guys, man. Love what you guys do with the brunch on Sunday mornings. One of my favorite shows from you guys. Thank you so much for popping in, showing some love. Six said, I've had fun watching people on the internet try to decipher those Bray Wyatt promos like a Kendrick Lamar verse for the past few weeks. Facts. The whole presentation of it was brilliant. Cult of Wyndham could be coming. Debut is great, but what's next? R-Dub says. You guys
that is a great point. So like that's why I said, why didn't we just carry this on a little bit more? But I understand like the fans, you know what I mean, getting impatient or possibly causing trouble at the arena or whatever the case may be. But dude, it's hard to come off of such a great story build to this. I hope that they continue this. They have I was reading that they have like a writer from Marvel or something like that involved with this Wyatt character.
Yeah. So and LJ, thank you for coming in as part of the raid. Pluggo, I assume you said everybody here, thank you for the raid on Twitch, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, a writer from Marvel who's written and worked with Marvel, but he also worked with Bray before in WWE, but I don't know what the role or relationship was, but his title is long-term creative writer. So he might be the person who came up with those ideas, and this was like his test. They were like, yo, this works. You're hired, bro. And he can come up with things like, okay, here's what I want to do now. Let's use this, this, and this, and then we'll plug it in, and this is how we can have this person debut. Or maybe he's just a writer for Bray.
That's what I heard. Go ahead, Derek.
No, I think if you had that, I think that should be something where your high priority characters come from. Like, you got to have this writer. You got to have this right. Like, everyone who's of high priority should have their own writer to incorporate the story with the next writers.
Look at you trying to be the Rock over here with Brian Gewirtz. You're coming with me, homie. You're my writer.
That's a good idea. I mean, I agree with Derek on that. I feel like this. I mean, I feel like it's hard when you have 100 writers all come into a room and pitch a whole bunch of ideas, and I don't know.
Was it us who was just talking about this with like AEW and them saying they needed Tony to hire writers? Yeah, I'm like, bro, you don't need 50 people because how can anything get done if Derek wants to push The Miz, I want to push John Cena, and you're like push Roman Reigns? What are we doing here, guys?
Exactly.
Like, and everybody's got their own thoughts on it. So you need. I like it when it was like Russo and Ferrara. You got two dudes, they got the same vision. Like, yo, bro, I'm the head of this, but you're my backup. Listen, this is what I want to do. Boom, 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 and this is how we'll pitch it. Cool. That's all you need. You don't need everybody for that. But for Bray, I think he's a special character, and you need to keep it okay. He can't do that supernatural shit again, in my opinion, where he can't like feel pain and all. That shit's ridiculous because who's gonna beat him?
Right.
You know, it gets to the point of ridiculousness. Jesse, did you want to add something? I didn't know if I cut you off or whatever.
No. I think you guys covered that. I'm just saying, like, the whole writer thing is definitely interesting fact, because I was reading before Extreme Rules even happened that somebody had I don't know, broke or leaked news about, and I don't know how true this is, but they were saying that writer had come into the building for Extreme Rules and he wasn't even supposed to be there, the guy that they hired, and he wanted to make sure that this reveal went off just as planned and not,
nice.
You know what I mean? So, like, the fact that they have somebody so hands-on willing to make sure that this is all right. Did you guys feel it was all right? Did you guys feel like this was a really good reveal, or did you like how it was done?
I was missing a little Bo Dallas, as Matt Lopez has put out here, because I believe. I love that gimmick. I love CJ Parker too, though. So what do I know? But the build to it was good. Like, we were just at the part, so we talked about the burnt Fiend mask. Then they tease us with the Fiend mask, and I'm like, he can't be the Fiend again. That's when I was like, yo, don't do this. Like, if he rips that mask off and it's him. But I saw the dreads, and I'm like, nah, that ain't his hair. I'm like, that ain't him. So. Then we cut to the Firefly Funhouse. It's kind of dark. It looks crusty and dusty. Okay, everything's out of whack. Yeah, it was done. And then we see that forbidden door there. See what I did there? Sorry. It's the only time I can ever take shots at the other company, because I usually don't cover this. You see the door, and I love how the light looked hitting it. Like, it looked like a movie, kind of. It was weird. At one point, I'm like, should I be mad at this, or is this like so cool that I'm like, yo, this is different? So I'm like, let me sit back and watch it. And then when the door blows off, and then you see the lantern, and I was like, oh shit, this is really, really good.
Yes.
I thought it was presented well. What did you think, Jesse?
I thought it was amazing, dude. I thought, like, I didn't want him. I loved the Fiend character, but you're right. I didn't want him to come back as the Fiend. So the fact that he came back with that, like, almost black phone-ish mask, and then he ripped that off and then did the whole blow out the lantern thing, you know, we're going to get this new incarnation of Wyatt, and it's going to be phenomenal, dude. I do not doubt what they're going to do with Bray Wyatt. I just think we could have pushed it a little bit further, but I thought the reveal was amazing tonight. I was excited. I felt like I won as a fan tonight for the first time watching WWE in a long time.
Yeah, so, I agree with that. Like, I also felt like the Bray Wyatt that we got after he took the mask off was almost like
Swamp Daddy.
it was almost like this is the gatekeeper to the real Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
maybe
after he took that mask off, it was like, yeah, this is, you thought you had Bray Wyatt? No, this is the real Bray Wyatt.
I wonder, does he come in like, is he on an Undertaker type of schedule though? Like, is he going to just be pay-per-views? Is he just going to be like once in a while? I feel like you're going to need.
It should be once in a while.
Yeah, dude. Like, so here's the thing, man. Like, I know a lot of people hate on the whole part-time wrestlers or whatever, but when you run these type of characters out of style so damn fast that you got fans complaining on the internet all the time about, you know, oh, well, this is getting stale and this is getting this. I don't feel like he's the type of, and don't put a belt on him either. Don't put him in that title picture this time. I don't feel like we need him as a champion. Like, let him be this attraction that people want to see.
You're saying like Taker style, like I can put the belt on you if I need you, but for the most
I'm gonna
part,
say this is way better and way more intriguing than anything that the Undertaker has ever done. Like the Undertaker has never. I've never been a huge fan of the Undertaker. I know he's a legend and all this stuff, but dude, name like besides the Shawn Michaels match, name me your favorite Undertaker match.
DX on Monday, by the way. No, I think Taker's good. The issue I think Taker always had was he was battling Vince's brain. Like when he first came in, he dressed like an Undertaker from the 1800s. I don't think people realize that. I'm like, oh, this is so weird. We would hate that today if he ended up doing that. Ministry Taker was like, all right, bro, you should be under arrest, bro. You're talking about embalming people and shit.
BJ, like I know he's saying Ministry of Darkness, bro. Okay, look, BJ, go look. I'm covering the Attitude Era right now. Okay, go back and watch that cringe ass shit, dude, and tell me that you still like the Ministry of Darkness. That shit is cringe.
Members of the Ministry,
huh?
Those me and Dave.
What are you talking about, bro? Ken Shamrock looking for Stephanie? What do you have Christian in the ankle lock?
Yeah, and besides, when he was Ministry of Darkness too, yeah, the character was. Like, I guess it was dark and whatever, you know, you had Midian cutting himself on TV. Cool, bro. But I don't know, dude. It's nowhere near. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Why don't I remember this?
Yeah. They had Midian like cut himself and then they poured the blood in the drink. Or no, there's the Undertaker. The Undertaker cut himself and poured the blood in the drink and you know, Midian drank it and it was a whole cult thing, dude. Ministry
if
of
it
Darkness.
Ended the Godwins, I'm for it, but I'm just like, what are you doing here, bro?
It probably did in the Godwins. I can't remember that part, but either way, I'm talking about matches and everything else. Like as far as like complicated story, like good storytelling, man. You know what I mean? Not going out there and crucifying Stephanie and whatever the case is, having Vince be the higher power. I'm talking about like as detailed as this Bray Wyatt character is. You can watch Bray Wyatt and you can literally put this into a horror movie and it could work.
Oh, now.
And time out. That was a plan, by the way, hold on. BJ just sent me the dude's name. Rob Fee. Rob Fee was actually writing a story while Vince was there for the Fiend character. Like he wrote a movie for them to produce. I don't know if Vince still does the WWE films the same way or if he just outsources it now. I can't remember. I think he outsources now, but that would be dope.
Yeah,
I would buy into that.
You know what? I agree with you, Jesse. Like Bray Wyatt being on a grander scale right now. Like, think about it. Bray Wyatt was being reached when he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like he not to say that the Undertaker wasn't impactful to wrestling. He was definitely impactful to wrestling.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But when he was gone, no one preached his name until they knew, like, oh, okay, Undertaker should come back at this time. No, this is different. This is on another level as to Bray needs to be here. Where is Bray? I'm looking
Deanna.
Bray.
Bray is special and he should be used lightly.
Yes.
Keep that under wraps, bro. And yeah, I seen your comment, BJ. I understand, man. Like
I agree with what BJ's saying though. Like retroactively, like some things look way worse years now. Look at storylines from like '88, bro. They did a storyline where Hercules was going to be a slave to the $1 Million Man. Like you can't sell people. Like what are you doing? But in '88, people bought it though. Like it's just times change and people change. Look, you're covering the Attitude Era. You guys mention it every week. Some of the language used back then could never be said today. Like you're getting kicked out the arena. Like they would have took Canada and been like, this whole arena is out of here, buddy. Like, let's go.
I didn't really start digging the Undertaker though until about the Ministry of Darkness era. You know what I mean? Like some of that stuff was okay, but then after that, you know.
And I'm with you on that too. I'm not the biggest Taker fan either.
I wasn't buying a pay-per-view to see the Undertaker. I'll tell you that. Even back in '97, I was not. I'm here.
Even in '91 when they threw the ashes.
I'm telling people to suck it. I'm watching Stone Cold flip people off, drink beers. I was all for DX and Stone Cold and that whole thing. But Undertaker was just kind of an add-on.
I thought Taker had cut Midian to put the Taker symbol on him. Maybe he did. I don't remember this. That's crazy to me.
Either way, you may be right too, BJ, but I remember him like putting blood into a drink or whatever. I can't remember. Maybe he did put the symbol on his head. I don't know. Either way, some creepy ass cold shit. It was.
He did put a symbol on his head.
Yeah,
nothing was worse than the corporate ministry. That was too many things blended together with Shane.
It was terrible.
No chance. He's like bopping to it, like Diddy's writing the song for him. Like, what are you doing, bro? Wyatt and Cody are the most believable people to take the belt off of Roman. So the door comes off the hinges. We see that mask. Sick mentioned it might be the V for Vendetta mask, black foam mask, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Wyatt pulls out. Did you catch what he said before he blew out the lantern?
I think it was either I'm back or I'm here.
Yeah, I think he said I'm here.
Yeah, well, I was in nostalgia mode. So he does that. And I kind of agree with this. Wyatt and Cody seem like the only two people now, right? I mean, you're a Cody fan too. If you're choosing, who do you pick?
I'm picking Cody every day, all day. Cody's the guy.
You need that tearful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I'll be singing it, just cry. I'll be that CM Punk kid in the crowd just crying.
Yeah. Lovely. I mean, Cody deserves it though, too. Like he was the only person that I thought could do it.
Yeah, you know what? I think Bray has the champion. He has the title of the fans.
Yeah.
I think that who have you seen in the later years or since from back then up to now, excluding the Undertaker, because it had to be that way. Well, who do you know was lighting phones?
Yeah, dude, listen, he's got control of the people. These people knew it before we even got the White Rabbit stuff. When they heard the song playing, they were like,
he's got the whole world in his hands, brother. That's
exactly all you need to
say.
I'm talking about the I almost said Jefferson Starship. What's the name of the Jefferson airplane?
White Rabbit.
Right?
Yeah.
White Rabbit, whatever.
Jefferson
that song, when it was playing, people knew. Like they had the phones out. Even this is before anything was known. I was like, how do you guys know this? It's probably Ryan said. He
better be coming out with that music though. Because if not, I'm going to be disappointed.
That's expensive, maybe. I don't know.
Come on, you can't talk expensive with me when WWE is making $1 billion a year, bro.
But remember, this is Vince's blueprint to life.
They can pay for
that shit.
They can
Jim
pay
Johnston
for.
Will make it.
They can pay for that song with one trip to Saudi, brother. Just one.
They could.
Really could. Crown Jewel's going to take care of that bill.
Also, Sting should always beat Taker no matter what, even Surfer Boy fight me. WWE 22 wouldn't dare do another Godfather gimmick with the hose. One of my favorite Godfather moments is with the Undertaker on Sunday Night Heat, actually, where Godfather looks at him. He's like, you could fight me tonight and get your ass kicked, or you could have one of my ladies. And he looked at him, and it was a shoot. He's like, and I know you love the ladies. I'm changing the words up a little bit for you. And Paul Bear's like, take the ladies. It's one of my favorite moments. They were trying to get Taker to break, but he never did.
That's crazy.
R-Dub says Bray Wyatt is great as an individual, but who do they complement Bray with as an opponent is key. You have to have a good foil for Bray to push this story or narrative.
I don't think you need that. I don't think you need that because
I think you could
take Bray Wyatt's character and you could kind of incorporate it as the Black Phone. Like, listen, I don't need an opponent. I'm terrorizing everybody.
Or maybe he starts snatching people up like Black Phone and just adds them to the gimmick.
Ooh, that'd be weird. Puppet master type stuff right there.
Yeah. Imagine him snatching Riddle up and turning Riddle heel or something, or dark.
Start painting his nails black.
Yeah.
What if Bray comes back to right his wrongs and seems normal and then a fan favorite to trick the fans and roster members only because he's letting Spooky out? Could be. Bray is beyond the titles. Thank you, Deanna. White Rabbit. Now I see. Somebody said, grab your. I can't even say that. Like clearly Spooky stuff, but he doesn't seem to use it full blown immediately. Highly unlikely, but if they can get Grace Slick to sing him out one day, I'd lose my shit. Maybe. That's got to be a Mania moment, though, if they do that. Like Bray Fiend did take down everyone. Yeah, I mean, dude, I still feel like he's got to even get Alexa some way, somehow.
Oh, yeah.
If you're right,
I feel like
wrong,
there's a lot of ways you could do this.
He's got to go down. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, Alexa's boring now, so you got to do something with her.
Yeah, change it up.
Nothing.
Question: Tony Khan always brags about how much money he has than Vince, but why does Dynamite's presentation look so dull? Invest in the company. Dynamite and Dark looks the same.
Bro, Dynamite's not selling tickets right now, so it's not about like making their product look dull. They need to get more people into the arena. They did open up more for Seattle. Did I tell you that, Conrad?
No.
So they opened up the higher deck. So tickets are selling good for Seattle. So that's high hope, man. Like I
think people just know the show timings too. Like you don't know what you're gonna get until you're there. Here's the thing, and people are gonna get pissed at me for saying this. This will be the great way to cap all this off. Bray is great. We love him. I look forward to seeing what he does.
Yeah.
As far as this WWE thing goes, WWE's got the hot hand right now. They're the ones who are selling tickets. This was AEW for 3 years before that. Bro, we went to Rochester twice to go see them because we're like, that's as close as we're getting right now. And then they finally came to Buffalo after years, and I still don't know why they didn't come here first and they went to Rochester first. Maybe they're just trying to slowly build the audience, and then they thought they were going to explode, and then they didn't. But WWE's got the hot hand. Triple H can do no wrong. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, that's what it's going to be for right now. Until Triple H pisses a lot of people off, he's good.
Bro, Triple H has already done a lot of wrong, though.
He has, but Tony Khan did a lot of wrong in the first 3 years too. I'm just saying people aren't going to see it that way.
I think it comes down to like when it comes to ticket sales anyway. I don't think that AEW is that bad at all. Like I think the last few Dynamites have been like meh, except for Grand Slam. Grand Slam was great, but I feel like it has a lot to do with how they're booking it and how they're promoting it. Promoting is like key. You got Tony Khan tweeting out matches right before the fucking show starts. Like that is not like gonna put any butts in seats. You know what I mean? It's gonna get viewers
every week,
huh?
He gives you a card every week.
I know,
for the past 4 years.
Maybe build that to like 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? Like give me something to be excited about.
Are you talking about like you want to see like how Jericho and Danielson were built? Like they're gonna be in Canada for
Yeah, you know
Fair
what I mean?
point.
Like, I don't know. You're going to have, because if you're selling tickets, the people that are buying tickets need to know what they're seeing for the most part. Not me. I know I'm going to get a good Dynamite in Seattle because it's their first time. But, like what Extreme Rules did tonight, right? They didn't have, they announced 15,000 tickets sold. We all know that it's not 15,000 tickets sold that went in that arena. I already looked at the stats. It was more around 13 and a half. But either way. Great audience. They didn't have 13 and a half 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And when they started this White Rabbit shit, it sold the tickets.
I also think money is hard for people right now. Like I've seen my grocery bill go up in the last year or two crazily, and I'm like, yo, how much you charging for celery, bro? Come on, like you're killing me.
How much you paying to go to work every day for gas?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Gas. It's everything's just up, man.
Yeah,
it's super annoying. So you got to make choices.
But AEW is very affordable though. At the same time, WWE tickets are expensive. They're not cheap.
Nick Khan got a chokehold on some of those, like the WrestleMania ones. Like me and Jesse talk about all the tickets when they come up and stuff. Dude, I'm not paying thousands of dollars to go to WrestleMania. Like you can't even invite your friends anymore. You're like, if I go, it would be me and my wife, and that's it. Like, hey, what's up?
And we're sitting nosebleed.
Yeah, or so. Terrible seats. And at this point, bro, if you have upper decks and people are like, how come no one's buying these tickets? Bro, I'm not sitting in crappy seats. I'd rather watch from home. That's just how people are these days. I guess let's put a cap on this with Bray real quick because everybody's still talking about it. Maybe Bray grabs Liv. Liv should have been in that position instead of Alexa, as Derek said. He's always said that from the beginning.
I've always said that. She always fit that
Wasn't she originally talked about?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, dude, I'm not.
Maybe that has something to do with the creepy smiles after she got choked out tonight. Maybe she's coming. Just saying.
I like it.
Mike Brand said, "Could Corbin be the buzzer? Maybe. Is the Wyatt Six a group?" We'll end it on this note.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Right.
I miss factions in WWE, like good factions.
Yes.
Right. I'm an AEW and WWE fan. I just want both to succeed. Cray, I believe you, bro. You're in all the chats and talking about the stuff. I believe you, man.
If anybody is hating on any mainstream company, I guess there's only two. If you're hating on WWE or AEW and you're a wrestling fan, then you're a fool because not one will not succeed without the other. Period.
Or improve.
or improve.
You'll go right back to people just running it up and doing whatever.
Yeah.
What's good, Cat? Appreciate all of you guys who came in. If you haven't, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over, after you do all that, go over to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Go on Spotify right now. Leave him a 5-star review. I promise you it's well worth it. And Pro Wrestling Shoot every Wednesday. Great stuff. I laugh every single week listening to this. I usually message Jesse, them and the Bombcast. Shout out to Brian Williams and Graham. When I listen to them, I want to message them like every time I'm listening to it, just like, yo, I laugh so hard at this. Bro, what were you guys thinking when you said this? Like, it's just such a good conversation. You want to be in it. So it's definitely well worth it. Jesse, tell them what you got coming up this week.
Just some more shenanigans, man. Every Wednesday we're reviewing. We'll probably talk a little bit about Extreme Rules too. I probably won't cover it too much since I came on the show. Thank you guys for having me once again. I appreciate it. I love EPW. I listen to you guys on the audio versions, and I watch the video every single week. Support these guys, man. Like, even if you guys are in the chat right now, go and listen to the audio too, man. Builds up their views, builds up the algorithm. It helps out. So even if you're not listening, just put that shit on play and set your phone aside somewhere or something. We'll probably talk a little bit about Extreme Rules just because I haven't got to talk with my co-hosts about it too much. But it'll probably mostly be about the Bray Wyatt stuff. And then, we're going to talk about Dynamite, man. Dynamite coming up on Wednesday. We're going to preview that show. And if anything else pops up in wrestling news, I know we were talking a lot about the whole CM Punk Elite stuff. And pretty much anything else that comes up, Bobby Fish being an Impact. And we cover a lot of Attitude Era right now too. So we watch episodes of Attitude Era, Monday Night Raw every single week, and towards the end of our show, we start talking about that and review that show for the bad, for the good, for the ugly. We talk about it. And kind of dive into what was going on into the Monday Night Wars at the time. So we talk a little bit WCW, seeing the comparisons for numbers, stats, attendance, ratings, whatever you want to talk about. We cover all of that. James is excellent on getting the numbers for that. I do none of that. I have nothing to do with that. That is all James, so I'm going to give him credit. That's pretty much it, man. You guys can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch at the Pro Wrestling Shoot, and Twitter at TPWS Podcast.
Thank you. We didn't give our grades either for the show. Letter grade. Jesse, anybody? We can all do separate tonight. I see people giving it like 6.75 out of 10. I'll give this show tonight, I'll say a B. Overall, the Bray thing was great, but overall show, you know what? B+. I lied. I'm going to give it a B+ tonight.
I'll go B.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a thumbs up, probably around a B as well. The Bray Wyatt thing for me was 2 thumbs up. I'll just say that, like that, that's the card was good. Don't get me wrong. Like, they had a good build for this show. Thankfully, I'm really thankful that WWE took the time to build this show. So thankfully we got a good build for it. We had a solid 6-match card. But the real reason everybody was tuning in was to see what that damn White Rabbit was up to. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that it turned out good and everybody went home happy tonight. So thumbs up, definitely.
Absolutely.
And I hope you guys go home happy. Monday, Clash of the Podcast. Me and Sean will be live talking probably some of this, a little bit of that. We've got some topics lined up for you guys. Be on the lookout for those. Me and Derek will be back on Wednesday for our AEW Dynamite review. And to all of you, I hope you guys enjoy this Bray Wyatt return. And I can't wait to talk about it with you guys in the future. For myself, for Jesse, and Derek, we are out. One.